Kevinisomoto says welcome to the vlog.
Here is my brand new passport photo. I made this 2 weeks ago, sent it away, and I just got the prints back here. I was not expecting it to be in a grid like this, so I guess we can just cut it out and mail that in, and that should work. In last week's video, I was talking about how this week I was going on a date with a person that I met on the internet. So the idea here is that over here in Brooklyn, there's a massive park that's very popular. And so the idea was we were going to meet at this park, walk together from the park to the museum, which is maybe like a quarter mile away. And then we would arrive at the museum, spend time at the museum, and that was the core of the plan. The agenda for today is we're going to the Brooklyn Museum. The last time we were over there was for First Saturday. They do like a special event thing every Saturday, but today is just a regular standard museum day. And so we're walking over to Grand Army Plaza, which is like a park area that's nearby, and then we're gonna walk over to the museum from there. This little archway right here behind me, this is the official meetup spot here. I'm pretty early, so I'm just kind of hanging out right here by these little steps right over here. And yeah, it's a very nice day out here right now. It's maybe like 40 and no rain. I felt, in my opinion, that the date experience was very good and it was positive. And of course it was like incredibly awkward and like uncomfortable and all the stuff that goes along with like meeting a stranger for the first time ever. But despite all of that, I felt that the date itself was very good. It was very positive, and there was like nothing, in my opinion, that was very wrong with anything that happened. The next day, I messaged her, this girl that I met with, I messaged her again and just kind of like did a follow-up type of thing. And then she told me that she was not feeling it and that she didn't want to like continue this at all. So that is how that ended this week. That all happened kind of like at the earlier half of this week here. So the date went well, but we are not going to be continuing to pursue this woman that I met up with from the internet. My friends, we came out here to the Herman Miller store because I'm shopping for a new chair right now, and they have a show here in Manhattan, so I just decided to come by and like sit in them in person to see like how they feel, you know, because they look good online, but it's one of those things you kind of want to try out before you actually make a purchase, you know. One of the seats that I'm interested in has like the seat portion of the chair. The fabric, you can customize whatever color and fabric type you want. And so he brought out all the swatches and I checked them all out. And then I told him the ones that I was interested in, and then he brought out actual samples. So he gave me a bunch of the samples of like the fabrics, And so now we have like a better understanding of what we're about to get ourselves here. So I wanted to go there in person to try them out and everything, to like really understand what I was getting myself into. I kind of have a good idea of what we're going to be doing here. And when I place the order, by the time the chair arrives, it'll probably be late next month or into March, I'm thinking. The last thing I wanted to go over was this email that I received this week. Maybe like 4 or 5 months ago, I submitted an application to the Guinness World Records. I wanted to break a record, and the record that I was going for was this video series that you're watching right here. And the official title was, this is what I submitted: most consecutive weekly personal video blogs posted on YouTube. We've been doing this for a while now. It's been 13 and a half years approximately. And I feel that this here is something that has been very long sustained. And I don't know anyone else. I know a lot of people have done like daily vlogs and whatever, but I don't know anyone else who has done a weekly format and has had it going for this long of a time. I'm going to read the beginning part. It's a very long email, but it says, "Dear Kevin Isomoto, thank you for sending us the details of your proposed record attempt for most consecutive weekly personal video blogs posted on YouTube. Unfortunately, after thoroughly reviewing your application with members of our research team, we are afraid to say that we cannot accept your proposal as a Guinness World Records title." And then several paragraphs down, they wrote this thing here: "Whilst we appreciate this is not the decision you hoped for, we trust that you will understand our decision. You may want to consider these record titles as alternatives. Longest running video blog series on YouTube, number of episodes." Okay, so I was already aware that that record that they just proposed existed, but it's not the same thing. That's not what I'm trying to break here. There are people who have done video blogs, number of episodes, for far more than I have. But I think the point of mine that I was trying to get across to them in my description was like, this here is like a weekly format. There's no way that I would break a record for number of consecutive episodes. The point of this is the fact that it's weekly and that just over the course of time, it's sustained the most amount of time. I'm going to print that out and try to like frame it to put it up somewhere in this room here. That's the next plan, but that is the email. I just wanted to update on that because it's been a while since we talked about Guinness World Records. But we did get officially rejected from Guinness World Records this week. We've just had a bunch of rejections this week. It's been week number 645. Next week will be week number 646.